Hi everybody, Neil Weichel with RE/MAX. Happy New Year, January 2025. And I want to start with a story that might illustrate some of the things that we're going to see this year. Back in 2020, I got a call from a buyer and he said, Neil, I really do want to buy a home, but I'm really watching the market and I think that prices are going to go down. Well, if you remember 2020, we had COVID, and of course a lot of us did think prices were going to go down. But two things happened that caused the exact opposite. Interest rates hit a historic low, meaning buyers could buy more home for less money, and inventory went up slightly for a short period of time. And we had this burst of activity. In fact, in 2021, we had the most transactions we've ever had in real estate in my 34 years selling homes. Okay? Why? Because rates were low and there were enough homes, barely, to make all these transactions happen, over 6 million. Now, fast forward, this guy calls me in Christmas of 24 and says, well, Neil, I thought prices were going to go down and they didn't. I was kind of hoping interest rates would stay low and they didn't. And it's more expensive than ever for me to buy a home. And this is the kind of thing we do, right? As buyers, we think, well, maybe I'll wait for this. As sellers, a lot of sellers say, hey, I'm going to wait till the market improves or the inventory goes down. We wait for things to happen, hoping, and in many cases assuming that they will, and then they don't. So with that in mind, let's look at a couple numbers that might help us as we plan for 25. First of all, this is important, and I'm going to go back to the year 2015. In 2015, we had almost 1 million homes for sale in the United States, 994,000, okay, to be exact. By 2022, that number was down to 241,000 homes. It's no wonder we had so much problems. When we talked about a dire lack of homes for sale and all the politicians started figuring out why we needed to build more homes, it was because this number was so low. Guys, that's not going to change. We're going to have a housing shortage for the foreseeable future. It's why some people are predicting that rates, if they go down a little bit, we'll see prices continue to go up in 2025, and they probably will. Okay, now here's the good news though. As we enter 2025, there are 650,000 homes for sale in the United States of America. That's a lot more than 241. And the only thing keeping us from a record-setting year is our interest rates are about 7%. Okay? Remember, inventory and interest rates are directly tied to what happens in the market. In 23, we had this low amount of transactions because we didn't have many homes for sale, and rates shot up. Same thing happened in 24. I'm suggesting it's going to be different in 25. I think we have more homes for sale. If we can get a little bit of interest rate reduction, we're going to see a really solid year for transactions where buyers and sellers can enter the market. Buyers will have more choice. Sellers will put their home on the market because they now have some choices of where they want to move to. Bigger home, smaller home, different home, out of state, whatever it may be. The key to this, more transactions that I'm suggesting, is those interest rates. If they stay high, it's going to be a tough year. If we can see them come down even into the low 6s or upper 5s, we're going to be in great shape for a really strong real estate year.